It's been putting the big three, the three in the big three for the first 2 years, and now it's just it's putting the big along with the three. In the third year, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and Big 3 is coming back at you later on in June 22nd, as I just mentioned to one of our callers, Jeff in Detroit. It opens up in Detroit in an 11-week season. 4 more teams, more new players. Lisa Leslie is coaching. It is just all kinds of awesome. And the founder and co-CEO of Big 3 Professional Basketball, Ice Cube. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I am great. I mean, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The name that leapt out at me, out of all of them, is Joe Johnson.
Oh, yeah, ISO Joe.
Now, because what was the number, Chris? 12th on the three-point list?
Yeah, he's 12th all-time in NBA history.
This is
That's pretty awesome.
He is one of the most underrated players of the last 20 years, to say the least.
Quiet assassin. He's not a big rah-rah guy. So sometimes the guys that are not rah-rah, don't, end up in the foreground. So, but his game speaks for itself. We was ecstatic to get him because, we want names to get fans excited,
sure.
And guys that still can play, because it's not about your name, it's about your game. I always say that. But when you got a guy with a name that still got game, it just helps the league.
I mean, when you said ISO Joe, half court is perfect for him. I mean,
perfect.
It's absolutely, he's a perfect fit for your league, and he's a name that people can absolutely leap to. Lamar Odom is another one that left off the page.
Yeah.
Now, how much do you personally have in arm twisting or saying?
I'm the best recruiter in the country. I
was about to say that.
Period. These college dudes that go sit in the living rooms with, slide mama a few dollars, that's easy. Trying to get these guys who've been all-stars in the NBA, champions, first-round picks, first overall picks, getting them to sign on the dotted line, we're proud of that. Kenyon Martin was the first guy to ever sign with the league.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a big accomplishment. I remember me and Jeff flipping out, yo, we got a guy signed to the league. And we knew, once you get one guy and he starts talking, you get another guy. He starts talking, you get another guy. And so, guys must love the league because they're talking to each other, and they wouldn't be joining if they didn't love it.
Well, I mean, I was mentioning earlier as well, you got well over 100 guys at your combine.
Yes.
For only a third of the spots.
Yeah.
So there's competition here now.
Without a doubt.
Also, which is what you need. You need name recognition, you need buzz, you need a cool factor. Mm-hmm. You obviously need a network sponsor or partner, and you got one in CBS.
Yes, man.
So I'm wondering if do you feel like you've turned a corner here in year 3?
Well, we still feel like we got a hump to get over. It's still people out there that don't know about the Big 3. Sponsors are still dipping their toe in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we know we still got more work to do, and we can't just be satisfied. We got to keep pushing. And we feel like this is a hump year. We feel like if we do a good ratings number with CBS, that they'll bless us with a multi-year deal, and and we can really grow this league.
Well, I mean, because as you know, you've seen a league in spring football. The AAF didn't even complete its first season.
Hey man, it's hard.
I know. So what is the biggest challenge for you now entering year 3, Cube?
The biggest challenge is just we're going to 2 nights a week. We got more teams, so that's more. We got 2 arenas to fill up a week instead of 1. So there's a lot of work to do, but we feel like we have the product and we have the atmosphere. It's very, I guess it's very cost effective. How we do things. We have a very affordable price for the family to come out to a game. A lot of other major sports leagues have kind of priced people out of the good seats. Mm-hmm. So, we're doing things that we need to do to keep growing, but no one's resting, no one's, satisfied. We feel like, let's get busy. We're ready to get to work.
Ice Cube here on the Rich Eisen Show. And again, the reason why I don't know, I can't get off of the name Joe Johnson is that what would make this league also ingrained is to have an NBA player who is like Joe Johnson,
Yes.
12th on the all-time three-point list, go through an accomplished NBA career.
Yes.
I love the game. I want to keep playing it. I'm going to play it for Cubes League. And to have that sort of pipeline already set up.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing the
for you.
same thing with Jason Terry.
Right.
You know, he just stepped off the NBA court, and that's the whole idea. We want guys that still want to play. They don't want to play 82 games. They don't want to play back-to-backs. They don't want to chase, John Wall up and down the court, but they do want to show their skills in the half-court setting. It's no joke. You still got to know how to play, and you got to be a two-way player, and you got to have, an all-around game to play the 3-on-3 game. So, you can come in this league and show different kind of skills. By us dropping the age to 27, we feel like some guys are gonna maybe go back into the NBA. They didn't get the right shot, or they didn't get the right look. And in our league, they can play in the summer, show scouts what they got, and maybe they'll get invited back to a camp, because guys at 27 are still in their prime. And this is what the league is all about. This is what we're growing to. And I know people that are visionaries can really see where this thing can go.
And then there's Greg Oden. Now you're giving someone another opportunity of some name that is associated. I mean, look, Ryan Leaf has sat in on this show. He's been a guest host a couple of times, and he talks about how difficult it is to live with the word bust, or what it was for him to live with the word bust. Now, what was it like recruiting Oden to get him to try and get out there?
I mean, we're excited for guys who still got the passion, so.
Which he does?
Yes, and, he tried to he joined the draft pool last year, and he just didn't get drafted. And this year, I think he made it an effort to show people what he still got. And Andre Owens picked him up. And Andre called me weeks and said, "I'm gonna get Greg. Nobody take him. I'm gonna get him." And so he did his thing, and now he get a chance to show the world that he's not a bust, that he still can play. We had Kwame Brown a couple of, years, and he had went through the same kind of, I guess, jacket, and he was able to come in and show that he still got game, he still can play, and he's not a bust.
Well, I follow you on Twitter at IceCube, and I also follow the league chairman, Amy Trask, because I would do no less. And I noticed that when the conversation in the NBA has been over the last couple of weeks about Becky Harmon maybe getting a shot of being a head coach, and a woman being a head coach of a team in the NBA, everyone, you, Amy, tweeting out, well, look at the Big Three. Our coach last year is a champion, and Nancy Lieberman, who I love, and Lisa Leslie now as well. Why do you think that works for you in the Big Three, and how it could work in the NBA? Q.
I mean, well, it works. It shows our attitude as a league. Diversity is paramount in our league, and giving Nancy a shot, and we knew what Amy could do. Giving Lisa a shot this year, to us is just like smart. I mean, not only do they have the cachet and our
Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, some of the best players that ever touched the ball, but they have the passion, and to me, it's really all about wanting to do the job and taking it serious. And Nancy, showed what she's all about last year, and that's why she won the championship. And I expect Lisa to come in and do well. Katino Mobley put it best. He said, women taught us how to walk and speak. They can damn show us how to dribble and shoot. So, it's a no-brainer to us. It's not a hard decision to make. It's very easy.
A few more minutes left here with Ice Cube on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, let's talk about the NBA right now.
Yeah.
You think the Warriors are going to take it all, regardless of what we're seeing in the Eastern Conference Finals right now?
Yep, I do. I think, they've been there. They know what it takes. They've had a little, I guess, adversity, during the season and now. And I think the guys on the floor have something to prove. You know, even though they've won championships, and this would be they, third. I mean, it was third and fourth in 5 years. That they still want to prove, if they have to do it without KD, that they're able to step up to that challenge. And a team that's that deep with something to prove is dangerous.
You think KD's out the door? A lot of people think he's already made his decision. Everybody on his team says he is not. I think it would be nuts to assume that he's going to leave right now.
Me too. It's like he's going to be a 3-time champion.
Right.
And he has nothing to prove to me, so
keep winning.
Moving
right.
would be, him to me just showing he still feel like he has something to prove. But to me, he's still one of the best, 2-3 players in the world.
Ever.
I don't know about ever. It's like ever.
For Kevin Durant, I mean, but what I'm saying is if he stays there and he keeps winning, and he's got 5-6 rings by the end of his Warriors stay, you wouldn't be able to sit there and say he's one of the greatest of all time? Like literally put him as
of course, I'm going to say he's one of the greatest of all times, but I'm going to always say one of the greatest. I don't think you can measure all times.
And in terms of what we're seeing in the Eastern Conference Finals, I mean, we could go talk about Giannis and we could also talk about Kawhi, but so many people talk about Drake putting his hands on Nick Nurse. What'd you think of that, Cube? Him putting hands on the coach?
I mean, he's having a good time. Me, I wouldn't, step over that line and make myself part of the game in any kind of way, other than just being a fan, maybe yelling at a ref or two. But, he's the king of Canada, ain't he? He can do what he wants to do.
He
up
is.
there.
I mean, he's feeling it.
He can do what he want to do up there.
Well, he's feeling it, not just his Raptors, but the shoulders of the head coach.
Hey, man, like I said, Drake is the king of Canada, so he could do what he want to do.
And before I let you go, I would be remiss if I didn't hit you on a couple more topics. So that's Cube here. Your Raiders have totally reimagined themselves, it looks like, right now. My guy from the NFL Network, Mike Mayock, is the general manager.
Yeah.
He's made all sorts of moves, from getting Antonio Brown to drafting guys who fit a certain mold of go-getters, great guys on and off the field. It looks like this year is going to be better. Would you agree with that, Cube?
I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach. You got to give a man more than 1 year to rebuild a team. So, he's the coach. I'm gonna give him the time to rebuild the team. I think, I'll be happy with. I would love 8-8 this year.
You would sign for 8-8 if I gave you a piece of paper right now.
Yes, I would love 8-8, or better. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give him more than 1 year to really turn this thing all the way around.
What do you think of Brown? What do you think of AB? Antonio Brown.
Love his attitude. He always shows up to play. And man, Raiders, you gotta have somebody shaking it up in there, man. You can't have like a standard Raider team with no personality or flavor.
Last one subject for you here, Cube. The passing of John Singleton. I'd love to give you the floor on what he meant to you. Obviously, you in Boys in the Hood, that was your first role, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man.
So what are your thoughts on the untimely passing of John Singleton?
Well, first of all, I love that man. John Singleton he was everything to me. A friend, a mentor, confidant, cheerleader. Big brother, in definitely in the industry. And just think of all the people John put into show business and put in a good light and the things they went on to do. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here without John Singleton. My path to get here would have been totally, thrown off the path. So
Why is that? Why is that? What did he do? You got a story or something specific?
He discovered me in the movie industry, and he not only turned me into a movie star, but he turned me into a filmmaker. He helped me become a writer. He helped me become a director. He came in when I did my first movie, Players Club, when I first directed. I was so overwhelmed at one point that John jumped in and helped me block a scene and coordinate it and get it where it can be shot correctly. You know, things like that. He would just, you know, make sure that, you know, he's my Scorsese. You know, Robert De Niro, they got a thing with him and Scorsese. John is my guy, you know, and Spike has his guys. But so we all feel like that. You know, me, Cuba Gooding Jr., Taraji,
Regina King,
Tyrese.
She just won an Oscar.
Yeah, you know, Tyrese. So we all feel that way about this man. And without him, you know, I'm not putting on Chris Tucker. I'm not putting on Mike Epps. I don't have a vehicle to put on Terry Crews, Cat Williams. You know, the list goes on and on of the people that I was able to help just because John Singleton came and got me.
Is it true he told you to write Friday?
He told me to write a movie.
Okay.
That I was sitting with him one day in his house and he said, "Man, when you gonna write a movie?" I'm like, "John, I'm trying to be, you know, do good in Boys in the Hood." He's like, "Man, I don't want to hear that." He said, "You can write a record like the records you write. I know you can write a movie." That day I went and bought a computer, I bought a program, and I started to try to write a movie. And then I went and got his help. And he helped me become a writer who could write a movie like Friday, which is my third script, you know, not my first.
And then I guess by extension, no Big 3. Right?
No Big 3. There's a lot of no's. No Friday, no Barbershop, no, you know, the list goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it really hit me when I heard that age 51. 51
too
years
young.
old. Way too young.
Too young.
Are you aware who's my next guest in hour number 3?
Yeah, I think it's Junior. Chip off the old cube coming in here. He in a big movie now. Godzilla is about as big as it gets. So we so proud of him, and he's such a good dude. And, you know, you're going to have fun with him.
Yeah, I know. I think is he here already? Okay. Would you mind if we brought him out for just a quick second?
Of course not.
Okay, just father and son. All right,
Of course not.
All right, let's take a break, and maybe we come back and stick the two of you guys here together for just a quick minute.
Let's do it.
For maybe, and then O'Shea will just spend as much time as we want in hour number 3. And by the way, both of you have been on my wife's podcast, the Official Lakers podcast.
It's a family affair.
It is a family. The Eisens and the Cubes,
Yeah.
if you will. When we come back here on the Rich Eisen Show, the Big 3. Get tickets right now, big3.com/tickets, right here on the Rich Eisen Show.
For more of the Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.